James Lichtenberger, and today I'm going to try to present you some more information that I learned at my advanced men's training for Young Living and also just for being a man in general. But this really applies to anyone, especially this video in running your Young Living business, and for those that have really tried to work hard at running the business. And my family is all around me today, so if you see one of them in the background or if you hear a voice, just know that's kind of the way we live our life. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. There's a couple of things with running the business that they talked about. First and foremost, kind of get out there in front of everyone and then dig a little deeper into each one of those. The first one was about random efforts versus focused efforts. And so what they did is they had two dots at the top of the page. One was a little bit lower, say one was like right here and the other one was right here. The dot that was higher had arrows that pointed directly up. Focused, 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 got you farther along than the one that had a zigzag up to this lower dot. So basically what they were trying to communicate is you have to be focused, you have to make your efforts in the same direction. If you find yourself, if you know yourself like I do, I have the tendency to go off on all kinds of different tangents and need to really focus myself and make a specific direction before I set out, or I'll go in every direction and not accomplish as much as I could before. So if you're one of these people that finds yourself really going back and forth, zigzagging with your business and not really accomplishing much, I would suggest that you make a more directly focused effort and focus on the things that are actually going to grow your business instead of putting out fires and dealing with the urgent emergencies all the time, which can get us so sidetracked. And frankly, the people that I know that are really focused and organized and do this business that way, they're having a lot of success right now, whereas people that are grasping at straws or telling themselves I can't, or that are focused more on why this obstacle is something that I can't get over, instead of being positive and saying, okay, well, I may not be able to get over this obstacle right now, but I'm still moving forward with my business and not letting it tie me down or wear me down or keep me in this place. So a couple of the things that they also talked about with the starter kit, one of the things that really kind of struck me as very simple but also very poignant was that too often the starter kit is our finish kit. Instead of selling a starter kit and introducing someone to Young Living, and mind you, with the starter kit primarily oils, we're looking at this in our mind as the end goal, the finish kit. So they said the starter kit is not the finish kit, and I've adopted that language myself as well, because if you're really wanting to help people and you're really wanting them to understand what you understand, then you're not just going to try to sell them a kit and then move on to the next sell. Basically what's going to happen there is there's not going to be any follow-up, and the things that we want to do aren't going to be accomplished. We're going to get one starter kit and we're going to say, well, I'm going to leave it up to random. Maybe they start loving the oils, maybe they don't. And also, we don't know why they came to our meeting. We don't know why they signed up with us. A lot of times, if we know, really what they're into, whether it's, healthy living for their physical self, like their body or whatever, or it's for like detoxifying their home or whatever, we kind of leave it at that. So what we want to start adopting is the starter kit, even though it's named the starter kit, is not a finish kit. We want people to walk the lifestyle of health and wholesomeness and not simply just buy the kit. All right. So the main thing underneath that is it's very important to teach the people how to use the products. And, when we're walking that journey of health and wholeness and inviting others to do the same, it is our duty to continue to educate them and focus on moving them to the next step. Okay, so the starter kit, it might be the first step, And in your first initial meeting or when you sign them up, that is a good end goal to get them to sign up. However, it can't be the only goal. It can't be the final end goal, let's just say. So what a couple of things, easy things we need to do is we need to follow up after the purchase. You kind of know your style, your own style. Maybe it's a couple of days later, maybe it's a couple of weeks later. I would never let someone go more than, let's say, maximum, 2 to 3 weeks after they purchase the kit. You want to follow up with them. You want to make sure that they got it. If you sold them one and then did the whole switcheroo where they send their new kit to you, whatever, that's great. But you still want to follow up with them and find out, what they're using and give them some advice along the way. You also want to refer them to other resources, desk references, handbooks, marketing materials, online groups, product videos that are in their own virtual office, things like that. Normally people that are really excited and just signed up are going to be the ones that start signing people up immediately, especially if you're getting them excited, you're showing them your excitement that they've signed up, that they're going to get healthy, and you continue to make it about helping them and helping them reach whatever their goal is, with their health or with whatever it might be, whatever reason they signed up for. Maybe they just like the smell of oils and they want to diffuse them. A lot of people start that way, and then eventually they start to realize all the great things that all of Young Living products are for. And so the next thing that they kind of talked about was the 101, let's call it the 101 class, the class that we get people to come to. We describe the starter kit, we get them to sign up, all those things. When we do this, we need to really think about when we were brand new and when we didn't know much, or maybe you knew a lot and you just had never signed up, but kind of keep it to a level that doesn't present like a fire hose to their mouth, to where they walk away going, wow, I just signed up and I'm like completely overwhelmed with the information. We just want to keep it simple. When we do sign them up, there's a place there where they can sign up for ER. I know a lot of people sign up for ER when they first sign up. Most don't, and that presents an issue later on down the line with a lot of red zeros in our downline, and we definitely don't want that. So basically the cure to that is to follow up with them and get them to come to a 201 class, let's just call it, or a 201 one-on-one meeting. You may have signed them up one-on-one. You need to continue to meet with them. You need to show interest in them. And I liken it to, I've had numerous sales jobs in my life, and in sharing these products, it's not unlike that. There's not a sales position out there that your boss isn't going to come to you and say, all right, we have this process of sales. You get this sale or you share this product and someone signs up, and then you have quality calls, or you have calls where you're asking for more business, or you have calls that you're just trying to find out, how whatever you sold them is working. You're going to do that in a regular job. You're always going to do that. And it's not that hard, especially if they've already bought a kit from you. You already have some rapport. You should feel very comfortable calling them and trying to move them to the next step. So if you really feel anxiety about that or whatever, I would just think back to what is my end goal here? Is my end goal to help these people to understand the health and wellness and lifestyle that they can have, or is my end goal living in fear? And you need to really, I guess, judge your motivation there and then push on through that fear, like the Iron Cowboy likes to say. Okay, so moving on, don't want this video to be too long. Basically, you're helping them master that starter kit, master the basics, getting them to leave that first class with a kit, helping them to start their journey, and then the 201 class. Really, every class that you teach needs to have, you need to have something that you accomplish in that class, or you give it your best to accomplish it. With the 201 class, really we're trying to get them to move to the next step. We're educating them more. We want to make the class fun. We want to make, if you have the means to give free stuff away, that's great. Please do that. Whatever it is, maybe it's a scan with the Zyto or whatever the new thing's called. I know Gina's talked a lot about it. Give them a carrier oil with something in it that they can, use. Whatever that might be, make them feel welcome. do all those things if you can. You might have already done that in the 101 meeting. Great, do it again in the 201 meeting. People love free stuff. The biggest thing in the 201 class is to continue their learning and take them to the next step. What I think is very important is utilizing replacement products for that Young Living offers. For let's say, for instance, I'll give you an example. My mom was taking something for a long time, and I said, well, Young Living offers that same thing. It's just called something different. And so she started taking the Young Living one, and that kind of got her to actually think, well, maybe I do need ER, and if I can sign my mom up for ER, you can sign up anyone, because she's the not interested person that you'll meet in regular life, and she's old and cranky and crotchety sometimes about that stuff, but I think if you share the real value and say, this is this is something that you're already a part of, and this is another way that you can get it, and you can get it sent to you monthly instead of having to go out to the store and buy something that you really don't know what they put in it. With Young Living, I mean, at least I can attest to, I know for a fact the heart and soul of what goes into these products. So, replacement products, you can call them what you want, anything from household cleaners, deodorant, personal care items, stuff that goes in your shower, whatever it is. Educate them on what these things are, and educate them that Young Living isn't just an essential oils company. It's not just essential oils. It's supplements. It's household cleaning items. It's a lot of different things. No, it's not Amway. We're not selling. I don't even know what Amway sells, but we're not selling lawnmowers. Okay, but we're selling, we're sharing all kinds of different things. And see, I use the word sell. I know a lot of people, they're like, no, James, we say we share. We share at Young Living. We don't sell. Well, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, this 201 class, really want to get them to understand what Essential Rewards is, what the promos are, how they can get free stuff from Young Living for buying the stuff that they naturally use anyway. All those things. You don't want someone to not know about Essential Rewards and contact you later and say, I missed out on all this free stuff. I've missed out on these products because of the promo I didn't know about. If I would have spent $3 more last month, etc., etc. So don't fall into that pitfall. Let people know. Don't give people any reason to come back and say, well, you didn't explain that to me. They might anyway. Sometimes people just don't listen. That's their problem. You can do all that stuff. You can share that. Really, you can lead the class in any way that accomplishes your goal. There's just a few things that you want to do. Number one, do what works for you. Use your personality. Don't try to be someone else, okay? Use your personality and figure that out. The more you do it, the more you'll know yourself. Basically, I mean, you can do live classes, you can do virtual classes, you can do all kinds of stuff now. I think in-person classes are great because you really build that rapport and you have a lot of time to talk about, the products and things like that, answer questions, and really get to know the people that you're, potentially sharing with. Just find your voice, I think. I think a lot of people fall into the trap of either trying to recreate themselves in this process. They want to replicate themselves and think there's a one-size-fits-all way of sharing Young Living, and you may do it in another way. You may live in a different type of community that does things differently, and you need to do it your way. If you have success with that, then continue to do it. Just because someone else is having success in some other way doesn't mean that's going to work for you. If you've found success in the way that you're doing it, just keep doing it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. If you grow and become successful in other ways of sharing, then do that. But don't do the comparison thing and wonder why Nancy over here is more successful and she's selling more kits than I did and blah, blah, blah. She may sell more kits than you do, but she may have 1,000 red zeros in her downline as well because she didn't follow up with the ones that she has shared with. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make with this video. So, point of 101 class, you really want to get people signed up, start sharing that Young Living lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle with them. 201 class, start talking to them about the other products and how the big picture of what Young Living is, and get them to understand why it's important to be on ER. And if you can get them signed up for ER at that class, please do that. Don't leave anything to chance. Don't let them walk away and say, they'll do it or they won't. You put in all this effort, get the results that you want to get. All right, it's over 15 minutes now. I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for listening. And I'm going to do part 2 of this video because there's a lot to cover on this topic. We'll see you later.